Hey guys, how's it going? Hobo Yeti here. Just I set up my tent a few days ago. Took me about 5 hours to move here. Uh, it was just, you know, I do a fair amount of walking to the library and back and stuff, but and various places. But I had 5 bins, carrying all my sleeping bags and tarp, and it just took all day to get here. And by the end of the day I had cramps, and my legs were spasming, at the half mile out here. So that was that was a fair amount of back and forth. But I'm here, kind of in the bush a little bit, uh, half mile from my old camp. There's a nature trail about a half mile that way. There's some buildings back here somewhere. Um, but I'm far enough back that I can feel kind of comfortable about not being seen, or happenstance crossings where somebody's just walking by. That's not going to happen out here. The leaves have started to change, and that is kind of cool in a way because it means the weather has changed. It's about mid 60s, low 60s on average during the day, high 40s, low 50s at night, and so that's pretty cool. Um, but this is my tent set up. I dug out uh, the shallow area for because I'm a side sleeper, and so shoulders, waist, I can sleep comfortably. I have 2 tents. I had a subscriber donate some money last month. Very grateful for that. Thank you again. And I was able to get a new tent, a new memory foam. The memory foam over time loses its heat giving ability. Normally for the winter it's great because it absorbs warmth, and if you're going to be sleeping outside, you got to have it, right? But I have my old tent. They're both the same size, 7 by 7. The newer one, the $35 special at Walmart, is it's okay, but that's inside. So what I did was I set up my old tent, and then I took my old memory foam. It had gotten some condensation uh, on the bottom of the memory foam, and this is kind of gross actually. So what I did was I took those two slats of memory foam and put that inside the first tent, and then I set up the second tent inside it, so it's got it's sandwiched. The memory foam is sandwiched in between the bucket bottom of each tent, and it gives me kind of a layer of warmth. And then I've got the thinner, smaller memory foam, the 1.5, which I've just kind of flipped over, and that's what I'm sleeping on. I've also I'm preparing for winter. That's important. Preparing for the cold weather. I don't want to get to be like where I was last year and not have anything. So I've got the memory foam that's sandwiched in between the bottoms of my tents, and then I've got memory foam on top, and then I've got on top of the tent itself, I have 3 sleeping bags that I've got kind of stitched together with safety pins, and they cover completely the outside of the tent. And you can kind of see the gray, I don't know, right there. The gray, it's like a flap. And after I zip up my tent, it's getting cold. I just closed it. It really helps with the ambient temperature inside the tent. Even if it's completely cold outside, and I'm just getting back to my tent, cold inside the tent, I can close that up, and within 15 minutes, I'm breathing enough hot air. Um, Not that I do that often, but breathing enough air that it gets warm enough that most nights I don't even need to use any of my sleeping bags or covers. And so there is condensation issues, but a lot of that gets taken care of because both tents have like that mesh top area, like the see-through mesh, and a lot of the moisture goes out through that. Some of it does hang out around the bottom corners and edges of the tent. There's nothing I can do about that. The sleeping bag I currently have in there, my I think 10 degree or 0 degree bag, is it kind of has some odor issues, sour smelling, because it's got that during the whole summer I just kind of kicked it to the side. But the thing is when you're homeless, you don't throw anything away. There's you want to keep everything just in case. And like I've got a 30 degree, which is really mangled. That's the one I use to kind of pull up over my 10 degree bag. And then I'll have the 10 degree bag. I actually have a blanket comforter quilt that I got on sale there. And it's fairly comfortable. Here, let me show you around. So I got to be very careful with this. I've noticed that I have the shaky hand syndrome when doing videos, and I would like to avoid that this time. So I'm doing the whole praying mantis form, and it is what it is. I have this is what was my camouflage, which was mostly brown. In the sunlight it turns blue, so I just flipped it over just in case I know I have some holes in the brown tarp. So this kind of covers that. And what I do is I just set it up. I believe it's a 10 or a 12 by 18 tarp is the brown one. It collects water. You can't do anything about that. But I've used the tent stakes to stake it down the corner every now and again. I don't have very many stakes, but it does help keep it from blowing around in the wind. And then I've got, these things came with the tent set. I've got a blue tarp that I'm not sure what to do with. It's too visible, but I don't want to throw away anything. I have a pair of boots that I got from Walmart, I don't know, 10 months ago, that I still haven't, I just keep because, what if I need them? But, here inside of my tent, you can see I've got this tent, and then I've got the other tent. And inside my tent, I basically got the same setup as I've had previously. I've got trash. I keep a very clean camp area. I keep my boots up here, my food bin here, clothes. If you don't keep clothes secured airtight, then they get smelly. My backpack. In the very back, I have a bin that's just kind of miscellaneous, old coats and things like that. And then my electronics, drinks, some food, and basically a lot like stuff that I use on a regular basis. And my memory foam, it's already getting dirty. I can't do anything about that. Sleeping bags and stuff. And then here is the sleeping bags that I have pinned up, as you can see, safety pinned around. And then I just use this. I'll move that after I'm in for the night. The area, there's like a field over there. Like I said, there's a nature path, and you really, when you're homeless, the tendency is to be like, well, that's a quick in and out, but honestly, there's too much. Even that one over there, there's not very much traffic that it gets, but you want to stay away from that. People bring their dogs, and you don't want to draw attention. That's why I don't start any fires. I know the hobo way of doing things is to start fires, but it doesn't make any sense to me to draw attention. But overall, pretty good. Alright, so I'm back, and it's a pretty good area. I still need to create some berms, some scrim. Sort of what I plan on doing is I have some hemp twine or whatever that I'm going to string up on all sides and then start attaching branches, limbs, and just kind of fill it in as time goes by. It's not really something that needs to happen right away right now because it's very green all the way around, but I don't want people, even people reasonably close, I don't want them looking over and being like, oh, there's a homeless guy sleeping there, let's call the cops on him or whatever. Sometimes I'll hear sounds at night, like last night around 12 o'clock I heard the whole, not sirens, but when they do it real quick, like whoop, and like they're just drawing attention. And the thing you have to remember when you're homeless is that not everything's about you. A lot of times, even though you are paranoid about your spot or you're paranoid about being accosted, not everything's about you. Sometimes life just happens around you and you got to deal with it. But this is my spot, and I'm going to make it home. It is a fair ways to the road, and once the muddy season comes, which that's coming upon us soon, I'm really not going to enjoy trudging through this. But it is what it is. You got to go super stealth because, even though I don't believe the SCOTUS ruling or decision is about me, I'm still included in it because I'm homeless and I'm sleeping on, I guess, public land. I haven't checked, but I'm guessing it is. But you got to do what you got to do to survive. And moving from my old spot, I had a rat nest nearby, and that was I didn't really see them during the day or anything, or even at night, but they would skitter along the backside of my tent. It was not pleasant. And I'd been there a year or 8 months or 9 months, and I'm just ready to start something new. And I don't know, I'm pretty happy with it overall. Now I just got to figure out my life. I hope your road's a good one, and if you're homeless, I hope it doesn't suck for you. Peace out.